Hello and welcome to this session, friends. Today we are going to talk about AWS Elastic Block Store. EBS provide block level storage volumes for use with EC2 instances. Friends, backend is SSD or magnetic drives and connectivity is over network. I have listed a couple of features. They are optimal performance and underlying redundancy. EBS storage can be attached or detached to instance online, which means without downtime. EBS Volume supports snapshots. Snapshots are handy when you are in recovery or you want to redistribute your volume to other instances. EBS supports large datasets. As of now, 16 terabyte is the maximum supported for single EBS volume. Next, about security, that EBS Volume supports encryption. You can use KMS, which is Amazon default, or you can use any third-party encryption software, let's say Trend, or there are different available in market. EBS storages are available in different categories. You can use as per your requirement. For EBS volumes, data is persistent after shutting down instance. What it mean in case you are using ephemeral type of storage? What it mean once you terminate or shut down your instance, your data is gone. But for EBS, your data is persistent, so that's a good feature. I have listed different types of EBS storages available and their features and couple of use cases. So they are in solid state drive category, we have IO1 and GP2. In the hard drive category, we got ST1 and SC1. So these are the used cases. IO1 is used for your relational databases, and GP2 you can use for boot volume, which means your operating system hard drive or applications. And the volume sizes are minimum for IO1 is 4 GB and max it can go up to 16 terabyte. This is the max IOPS. And for GP2 you can see a minimum supported volume size is 1 GB and it can go up to 16 terabyte, and these are the IOPS. If you see like on IO1, IOPS are good, so for database volumes I will suggest you can use IO1. And for hard drive category, the minimum size need to be 500 GB. It can go up to 16 terabyte, and same for SC1. That's basically cold storage, and that's a throughput optimized hard drive. Again, if you see dominant factors or attributes, they are IOPS. Where you need good IOPS, go with SSD type of storage. Where you are up to max MBs per second, go with the hard drives. In this session, friends, we are going to cover following things using Amazon CLI. So we are going to create fresh EBS volume. Then we are going to attach that volume to instance. After that, we are going to create snapshot of an existing EBS volume. Then we are going to detach the volume. We are going to show or discuss how you have to delete EBS volume when needed. Then we are going to create a EBS volume from a snapshot, and at the end we are going to cover how you can perform health checks, or you can check the state of your EBS volume. So let's begin technical session, friends. Okay, so I have logged on to my AWS CLI management server. On this server I have already configured my CLI. If you want to know how to configure AWS CLI, you can refer to previous videos which I have posted earlier. Okay, so first thing, how you can check how many volumes you got in your AWS account and what is the state. So to do so, AWS EC2 describe volumes, and you can take output as table, or you can take in text or different formats. So I'm going to take it as table here, pressing enter. Okay, right now I got only one volume, and one snapshot. Sorry, I got only one volume, friends. And if you see, this is the volume ID. It is of type standard, which is very old type. I have not discussed this type, and that's very least used type now. The state of volume is in use. It means it is attached to a instance, and this volume was created from this particular snapshot. This is not encrypted. If you see, encrypted is set to false, and size is 11. This size is in GB, so this volume size 11 GB. This was created on this time, and this is on this particular availability zone. And this is attachment, like to which instance this volume is attached. If you see, this volume is attached to this particular instance ID, state is attached, and this is attached as dev/sta1. On the operating system, it will be appearing as /dev/xvda1. Why XV? Because that's a Xen hypervisor format, and at this time this volume was attached. Okay, so let's create a new volume, friends. To create a new volume, you have to use AWS EC2 create volume, then volume type. Here please pay attention to this particular bit. You can mention IO1, GP2, SC1, ST1, up to you. Right now I'm going to create GP2 volume, and dash size I'm going to create 1 GB, and you have to specify in which availability zone you are going to create this volume. So I am going to create in US West 2B. So here availability zone US West 2B. Okay, I'm pressing enter here. Okay, if you see, volume creation started, state is creating. It's not created yet, but it is started. How you can check whether your volume creation is completed or that's still going on? To do so, friends, again I'm going to use describe volumes command, and here I'm going to specify volume ID, and this is the new volume ID. Pressing enter here. If you see, volume is created, now state is available. For larger size volume, it may take couple of seconds or minutes depending upon your volume size. So don't panic. You can always check the state like I checked. Okay, so friends, volume is created. This is the way to create volume. If you have to create IO1 volume, okay, for IO1 volume, let's say I'm going to create IO1 volume. For IO1, you have to specify IO size, or you can say IOPS. Without IOPS, you can't create IO1 volume. So IOPS are 30 times of your volume size. Let's say I'm going to create a 4 GB volume here, which is a minimum size. So max IOPS I can specify they are 120. If I specify more than 120, it will not support, it will give error, volume creation will not work. Here let's say I am going to create volume with 120 IOPS, pressing enter here. Okay, if you see, volume is created and this is the IOPS value. And for example, which I told you, max IOPS can be 30 times of your volume size. Let's say I'm going to specify IOPS size 1200. I know this will give me error, but I just want to show you. Okay, if you see here, it is saying creation volume IOPS to volume size ratio of 300 is too high, max is 50. So it means, friends, now it is supporting 50 times of your volume size. Sorry, I was incorrect because I was referring 30 times, which was old value. So it means Amazon recently changed it to 50 times. So that's a way, friends. Your IOPS need to be in limit, which is supported by Amazon. So 50 times is the limit now. Okay, so we have created 2 volumes. Let's check volume status now, or we can see what all volumes are available now. I'm pressing enter here, describe volumes. If you see friends, the first volume is existing volume and it is already attached to instance. The remaining two volumes, which are new volume, one is GP2 type, one is IO1 type, they are fresh volumes, they are not attached to any instance. Okay, so next thing, how we can use these volumes now. To use a volume, you have to attach that particular volume to an EC2 instance. For that, you have to attach it to instance. You need instance ID and as which device you are going to attach it. Let me explain. I'm going to attach this volume to this particular instance, this particular instance ID. To attach it, friends, you have to use AWS EC2 attach volume command. Here is the example: AWS EC2 attach volume ID, that will be this volume ID. Then your instance ID dash instance ID to particular ID of your instance, in this case this one. And then that's an important thing, friends, you have to specify device, like as which device you are going to attach it. What it mean, you already got SDA, you are going to attach it as SDB. You can't use SDA again because you already got one device in your operating system as SDA. So I'm going to attach it as SDB. Okay, so it is currently attaching, and you can check the state with same describe volume state command. I'm going to attach second volume also. This is the volume ID of IO1 type volume, and here I'm going to attach it as STC. Okay, so attaching is in progress. You can check the state using describe volumes command or output table. Let's take it in table format. Okay, if you see, friends, now this is your IO1 volume. It is attached to instance as dev SDC, and this is GP2, which is attached as dev SDB. So let's log into EC2 instance. This is our EC2 instance. To log into EC2 instance, we need its public IP. So let me check what is the public IP of this instance. AWS EC2 describe instances, instance ID. I got only one instance. I can simply run this command, but and I'm taking output in table, so that's easy to understand. Okay, so this is output of my EC2 instance, and one thing I want to show you here. If you see this EBS section, friends, these are the two new drives which we attached: SDC, which is IO1 type, and this is SDB, which is GP2 type. So volumes are attached, that's for sure. And let's verify it in the operating system. I'm logging into, let's check what's the state of this instance, whether it's running or that's in stopped state. Here you can check the state. It's running, right? It's running. Okay, so let's log into server. SSH EC2 user, I'm using default user. I have not configured any other user to log in, and I have already configured SSH keys. You can refer my previous videos if you want to know how to configure your SSH keys. So I'm elevating my privileges to root. Okay, I'm root now. So let me show you. You can run fdisk. Sorry. Okay, if you see, friends, these are the two volumes. This particular volume is 1 GB size, which was our GP2, and this is 4 GB size, which is our IO1 volume. So friends, volumes are attached. You can create your volume group. or you can use without LVM configuration. That's up to you. Let's create file system on this one, or let's create VG. VG create, sorry, first we need to create PV over it. PV create this particular volume. I will use only one volume. Okay, it is saying PV create not found because LVM components are not installed here. So that's fine, friends. You can partition this drive. We can use it as RAR device. I'm creating primary partition and using whole drive and writing the changes. Okay, it's done. So mkfs.ext4, or I can use xfs and xdb1, pressing enter here. So xfs is created. Let's mount it, mkdir/gp2. I'm just creating one mount point. Okay, mount 1 as /gp2, pressing enter here. If you see, this is mounted. This is a new mount point. So friends, in that way you can use, if you want to use an LVM, you have to do PV create. Then if you go to existing VG, just add the volume into existing VG, then expand your volume or create new LV depending upon your requirements. Right now I don't have LVM components, LVM packages here, so I just created raw volume. So that was the way how you can create and use the volumes. Okay, so let's put some data here. I've just created one dummy directory. I'm exiting from here, from my AWS Lab server. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create snapshot of my existing volumes. So let's say we will take a snapshot of this particular volume ID. Okay, I'm clearing my screen. To take snapshot, friends, what you have to do, basically you have to run AWS EC2 create snapshot command. That is AWS EC2 create snapshot, sorry. Okay, this is the command. For this one you have to specify for which volume you are going to take a snapshot. This particular volume. And when you are taking snapshot, just remember, always provide description. Description, it is handy when you are testing like this snapshot belongs to what particular area and what was the reason to take snapshot, so you can reutilize that snapshot. So I'm taking it as this is Yogesh AWS Lab, and this is GP2, or let's say EBS Snap for test. Okay, lot of typos today. Okay, so that's the description, pressing enter here. So if you see status pending, it means snapshot creation is in progress. And friends, snapshot will be created in default region and availability zone where your volume was created. So that will be in same region where this volume exists. Okay, so let's check what is the state of snapshot. So you can use AWS EC2 describe snapshots, pressing enter here. It is taking long time to return the output. Okay, so if you see, this is the lengthy output. It listed all the snapshots available in Amazon, and to me that's not a secure thing from Amazon. Means I shouldn't be allowed to check all snapshots. I should be allowed to only see snapshots which belong to my EC2 account, or sorry, Amazon account. Okay, that's not a topic today here. If you want to check about your particular snapshot, you can mention snapshot ID, and this was snapshot ID. So it will give you output of that particular snapshot which we just created. Okay, if you see, this is a snapshot, it is created, means progress is 100%, it means it got created. So let's begin with next step, friends. If you notice, friends, I did a small mistake. Why I'm saying it mistake? Because if you see the volume size, that's 2000 GBs, which means 2 terabytes, but our volume was only 4 GB, so it means I checked something incorrect. One other way which you can use when you are describing the snapshots, let's say you're describing snapshots here, if you don't know snap ID, okay, then you can use your owner ID, because for every AWS account there is owner ID allocated, and that's not common across all, that's a unique thing. So you can mention owner ID, and in owner ID you have to put your owner ID, and I know, like, this is my owner ID. Pressing enter here. So this command will list all the snapshots which are created by my account. So that's other way you can use. If you see, this is the snapshot which we just created, it's completed, and before that I have already created one snapshot, so you can ignore that one, that existing snapshot, and this is the new which we just created. And if you see, size is 4 GB, so snapshot will be same size of your EBS volume from which you took this snapshot. So that was the easy way to create snapshot, friend. So snapshot creation is done, and let's discuss how you can detach and delete EBS volumes. Or to do that, first you need to make sure that volume is not attached to your instance. Basically, it is not in use state. Right now, if you remember, I have created a file system and mounted the volume. So it means it's not good idea to delete the volume or detach the volume straightway. First, make sure your operating system is not using that volume. Okay, so let's log into server and unmount that particular volume first. Then we can go with the detach and delete process. Okay, so I'm just unmounting GP2 volume, umount GP2. So unmount is done, so that's fine, and let's delete the volumes. Okay, let's grab volume IDs. Okay, so to detach volume, friends, AWS EC2 detach volume, dash volume, here your volume ID. Let's detach this one first, and then we will detach this one. Pressing enter here. Friends, if you have noticed, I have not specified instance ID this time. Why? Because volume is already attached to single instance. EBS volume can be attached to single instance only, so no need to specify instance ID. Okay, if you see, this is detaching now. Let's detach the second volume meanwhile. I already copied the second volume ID. Pressing enter here. So make sure you are not detaching the root volume. Okay, because I already checked, this is STC, that's why I picked this ID, and this was STB, I picked this ID. If you try to detach this particular volume, which is your root volume STA1, so that may put you in trouble. Not you, basically your instance, and you will be worried too. Okay, so volume is detached. Next step, we can delete the volume. To delete AWS EC2 detach, here I have to put delete volume. And volume ID, let's delete this one first. Okay, so friends, volumes are deleted, and let's discuss how you can create a volume from snapshot. Let's list out the snapshots again, which we listed out a couple of minutes back. Describe snapshots with this particular owner ID. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create one volume from snapshot. To create a volume, friends, you have to follow same way. Only thing, you have to specify snapshot ID. Here I'm going to create GP2 volume. I'm telling snapshot ID, like this volume will be created from this snapshot. I'm going to take this 4 GB one snapshot, and this is the snapshot ID. Where is the snapshot ID here? This is snap. Okay, and after that I have to press or specify availability zone. This is the availability zone, pressing enter here. So it will create one GP2 volume of 4 GB size, because whatever the snapshot size you got, by default it will create volume of that size. If you want to make a bigger volume, then you can specify your size. Let's say with same command, here I can mention size option minus size 6 GB. Existing was 4 GB. Snapshot size was 4 GB, so I created 4 GB volume, which was default. If you want to make it 6 GB, you can type the size. So size need to be higher than your snapshot size. You can't create 2 GB volume from 4 GB snap. So it will create one 6 GB snap. So this is the size. And how to delete your snapshot? AWS EC2 delete snapshot. Snapshot ID, and let's delete this particular snapshot first. Okay, this one is deleted, and you can delete all snapshot in this way by specifying snapshot ID. Let's delete all snapshots, because snapshots again consume space and you will be getting charged for the snapshot space you are using. So if you feel snapshots are not necessary, you can always delete those. So snapshots are deleted. So friends, that was about how to create volume, how to attach volume and use it on your instance, how to detach volume, how to create snapshot, how to delete snapshot, how to create a volume from snapshot. Now next thing I want to explain how you can check status of your EBS volume, means how your volume is performing, or whether that is in healthy state or it got some issues. So that's very easy. Let me show you. To check the volume status, friends, AWS EC2 describe -volume -status followed by volume ID and your volume ID. If you see volume status is okay, all these status checks are passed, it means your volume is running fine. And this volume is created in this availability zone, and this was the volume ID. So no recommended action or no events, so it means everything is good. So that was a couple of things which we discussed about EBS. I'm not going to create ST or SC type volume because that's 500 GB size supported minimum, and that's going to cost me a couple of bucks. So but process is same. Thanks for watching this video, friend. If you have any query or any suggestion, just leave a comment on my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot, friends.